And it is a Wednesday morning. And the last couple of Wednesdays, we've had the privilege of chatting to Brian, who is the founder of Thrive Initiative. And again, this morning, he's joining us via StreamYard. Good morning, Brian.
Morning, Jonathan.
It's so good to have you back in our beautiful city, Cape Town. And with regard to this conversation, Brian, your approach seems to go beyond schools and into the wider community. How do you see Thrive's work impacting families and neighborhoods over time? Please share with us with regard to that.
So, gender-based violence has just become a national disaster, a national issue. And at the root of gender-based violence is communication problems, is that we don't know how to communicate. And so what we've got a practical approach of how we create connection. All too often we get stuck in our logic of defending and counter-defending and blaming. And so that's how we extend it beyond that of just the schools, is by teaching everyone within the community, whether that is parents, caregivers, community groups. We give them practical skills of how to communicate differently, how to communicate more from the heart, how to be able to actually understand what are my feelings that go beyond my defensive behaviors. And we've just trained our 10 initiatives, so we've got capacity, we've got facilitators to go out there. And so we're really needing the community support, both in either inviting us to give workshops or funding so that we can take it into the community to really make a real indent.
Yeah. That's good.
Absolutely. Brian, you name somatic-based healing as one of the methods used to help transform communities. It sounds, I must be honest, very specialized in like, what is it all about? So maybe let's unpack it. I mean, what is it all about? And how does this training, how is it accessible to communities as well?
Okay. So somatic is a new form of, it's something new. And it's really, somatic is really the sensations and feelings of our central nervous system. So if you begin to come back into, and very often what happens is in our communication, we lose touch of what we are feeling in our body. You feel your heart rate. And so if we bring awareness that maybe my breathing is getting a bit more heavy, I'm aware that I'm getting a bit more excited. Then before I begin to shout, I can feel all of these things that happen in my body first. And I've got time to respond to it. So I've got time to maybe share with you and saying, that actually I can notice how my breathing is less heavy now. And so I'm enjoying this conversation and I feel relaxed, and it's really nice to feel relaxed. And what happens is 80% of our communication is nonverbal. So when I'm able to listen to my sensations of my body, the somatics, the feelings of my body, I'm able to communicate so much more effectively. And so that's really the basis of what it is. It's a practical base of how do I begin to listen more to what is happening within my body.
Absolutely brilliant. If you just tuned in, we're chatting to Brian Siegel. He is the founder of the Thrive Initiative and joining us the third Wednesday, to try and address that issue, that national issue that we have of gender-based violence, but doing it in a realistic way, not just let's talk about it, but actually reaching into communities and making a difference with the program. But Brian, I want to ask you this. What kind of partnerships are you needing so that we can expand the work that Thrive is doing in our beautiful city and beyond?
So our dream is really to take Thrive into every city throughout South Africa, every town in South Africa. It's so needed. And so what we're looking for is first of all, financial partnerships so we can expand. We've set up a beautiful training program of being able to train Thrive initiators, people that initiate conversations of thriving, conversations of connection. And we're wanting to extend that program to elsewhere within South Africa. We're also wanting to run it here within the Western Cape and to take it into schools and community that really needs it. And of course, all of that needs financial help to do it. So those are really the two types of partnerships that we are looking for. The one is one of financial assistance, but the other one is also of community assistance. So if you've got a community group, invite us to your group. Let us show you what it's about. Let us have a 45-minute conversation around it, and then you can see whether you're interested in it. We can demonstrate, we can play games, we can show you what it's about. And that's really the best way that you can support us, is by inviting us into your hearts, into your homes, into your houses, into your community.
That's absolutely brilliant. Ryan, finally, for listeners who are inspired by how can they support the Thrive Initiative or bring this kind of training into their own schools or organizations?
Contact us. Get your organization to contact us. Get your HR, if you're in a company, get your HR to contact us. If you're in a school, find out the school principal or whoever, the life orientation teacher, and get them to contact us and get them to invite us into just a 45-minute conversation, 45-minute masterclass, and take it from there. That's all that we're asking you to commit to, is just that 45 minutes of inquiry.
I'm hoping, Brian, and I'm curious, I'm sure you would be open to churches also contacting you, and that churches can be the hub in a community to say, hey, we're going to do a special service or a special meeting outside of the Sunday church service, right?
Absolutely, definitely. You know, gender-based violence is a community issue. It is a family issue. It is a church issue. It's something that we cannot ignore. And going to church itself is not going to solve the problem. It is, how do I begin to change my own behavior? Intellectually, we all understand that we shouldn't be violent. Intellectually, we all understand that we're not perfect and we shouldn't behave the ways that we do. But let's come up with practical steps of how we can physically change that. And that is what Thrive is about. So thank you.
That is. You're so welcome. All right, ladies and gents, the website address that you can go to is www.thrive-initiative.com. So Thrive, THRIVE, and then a hyphen, initiative.com. Thriveinitiative.com. Obviously, you can just search for them, or you can email info@thrive-initiative.com. Brian, great to chat to you. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show. I greatly appreciate it.
A great pleasure. Take care.
Bye. Bye.